Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Money Mindset Manifesting Business Show. We have got the beautiful, talented Samantha Belle with us today. We're going to be talking a lot about mindset in your business and how your reality can change when you start changing certain things around your business, around your mind, around all the juicy things about entrepreneurship. Samantha, welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you here with us. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into all of this and what it is that you do to help people in the world.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so stinking excited to be here. Hello, I am Samantha Belle. That is my stage name. So I do have a history and a background and a current career in performing. So I'm a professional actor, singer, model. I do production work. I say that I work the stage, the screen, and the studio. And I've been a coach for actors and models and the creative people for years. And what ended up happening and how I really got into entrepreneurship is this blend of show business, right? Being the show and the business. And a lot of actors and creators are really into the show, but they lack the business. And as I ended up in the online entrepreneurial space, when I decided to up and change my life. I was living in Japan at the time. It's 2017, and I was a part of a relationship that was more than not serving me. So I took $2,000 in two suitcases and kind of escaped that situation and restarted in 2017, started going by Samantha Belle. And in that moment, I needed some cash flow. So I was working still within the industry, but because I had moved from Japan to Arizona, where I'm at now, and it was a new space, all of the credits, all of the experience, all of the things that I had didn't transfer with me. I mean, of course they did, but nobody cares. And when you're not doing things over here in a different market. So as I was rebuilding, working in an agency as a casting agent, all of that, I also turned to our dear friend, social media. And Facebook, I saw an ad for affiliate marketing, and that is what took me down the rabbit hole of entrepreneurship. Was really just me in a desperate situation, wanting to make money to support my arts and performing and the coaching I did there. And throughout that whole experience for the last 8 years at the time of this recording, I ended up coaching all of the entrepreneurs as we were going through, and I would join these programs, and then I was getting certified in a lot of healing modalities and things for myself after the trauma of leaving and all of that experience. And so I started bringing that into the coaching I was doing on the creative side as well as the entrepreneurial side, and it kind of just manifested its way into me continuing to do what I did. But instead of showing my show, the business, I was showing the business, the show. So I brought creativity, I brought a different angle, I brought how they can perform on camera, how they can do these parallel things such as fight imposter syndrome that artists also have, how they can fight being maybe the only one in their family that has done this, just like artists have. And so that's how I ended up kind of an expert in mindset for both in the last 8 years. And here we are.
Wow, that is fantastic. It's amazing. So you actually now, do you still coach the artists, or do you do female business entrepreneurs, or is it all mixed and blended and anyone that wants to be coached can be coached by you?
Yes, it is a mix and a blend because I think it's incredibly helpful to have, right, our left and our right brains in at the same space, a lot of yin and yang. I'm very spiritual when I get into my one-on-one coaching. I have a group that really is just for neurospicy, multi-passionate creatives that are looking for that clarity, their soul's purpose, and to kind of be able to align both of those things. I have people that are either very creative and they're the visionaries but have trouble executing, and then I have amazing executors but are stuck without the vision or without being able to know how to support their vision because all they've done is support other people's for so long. So when we commingle them, we still get to have the same end result because they're fighting the same battle.
Wow, that is very interesting. Especially when you said they have the vision, but they can't execute. So that one is very familiar. But the other way around, it's like, oh, wow, that can actually happen. That is so interesting. And would you find imposter syndrome with both of those. Even those that execute, they're normally like those high achievers, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to be the higher achievers. But what I tend to find with those that work with me that fall in that category is they have potentially not necessarily been entrepreneurs and they've been in corporate and doing somebody else's job. And this can happen, especially within the women population, when they either retire or when some COVID happens and they lose their job. And all of a sudden, everything that they had been told was their purpose at this job and fulfilling what they like to do, which was the execution, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. A lot of them have turned to entrepreneurship to either supplement or to expand and all these things. But now the vision it takes to be an entrepreneur, they've never done before. They haven't done it in that way and they don't know how to tie the two. And so between that or people that are entrepreneurs and have built an incredible business, but they built it from scarcity, they built it from fear, they built it from lack. And so they get stuck in a thing that they don't love anymore and a thing that they don't want to run. They have teams that they aren't connected with. And all of a sudden they wake up one day and they're like, I literally hate everything about this, but I can't let it go because this is everything I have.
Right. So if you had to talk to someone, especially people even watching right now, um, who feels that way, right? That is just stuck in so much overwhelm. And I suppose there is scarcity because you don't have the passion or the vision anymore, but stuck in that overwhelm and just really like, this is so horrible. Do you have some kind of a productivity hack for them to just break through that and then get to that passion and that vision again?
Absolutely. And as someone that really specializes, I love one-on-one things. So I will say that as we go through this, I have tactics that I have seen work for some people, and they're some of my favorites because they work for me. But if they don't resonate with you and you're watching or listening to this, and you're like, oh man, I like everything else that's going on, but that doesn't seem to be my journey. That's why, whether it be me or not, this is where the power of coaching comes in, is so that you can get someone that has these kinds of hacks, but knows how to personalize them to you so that you aren't having to sift through yourself. So with that said, one of my favorites that I do believe can be very impactful, this is really for my visionary side, helping them get more done. I tend to find that the overwhelm coming from my doers is more so in that they can't do enough to distract themselves from the pain, whereas the visionaries can't get themselves to do things to get them out of the pain. So in
Yeah.
this instance, I did not come up with this. I had a mentor teach this to me, and it changed my life overnight, to be honest with you. And it's called Do, Delegate, Delete. Super simple, but it's where we look at our to-do list. And quick note on the to-do list, there are people that make to-do lists because what they're actually doing is brain dumping. And especially my creatives and the visionaries, they're brain dumping as if that's the to-do list. And the to-do list ends up being, and you know this is you if your to-do list is 100 things long. If you have a note on your phone that you can just keep scrolling on, that is not a to-do list. That is a merge of an actual to-do list and a brain dump that has entered the paper. So first thing is to take inventory of your to-do list and figure out what is actually a to-do and what is just a beautiful idea that could get done, but really needs more of your beautiful dreaming superpower over here that we can give time to, and we can be sitting in that. But when it's time to execute, what we're executing on is over here. So figuring out, first of all, the to-do list and separating it. Then the next thing is just to go down. I like to set a timer. I am one of those with the superpower of procrastination. So while it takes other people potentially 2 hours to write an email or to clean a room, you give me 20 minutes before someone comes and I've got it down.
Right.
So what I do, and I call it my superpower because I stop pretending like it should take me 20 hours and instead just allow it to take me 20 minutes and I get more done in less time. And so within that comes these deadlines. And for me, just telling myself I have a deadline does not elicit the same motivation within me as an external deadline being set for me. And so I find that with the timer, I get to kind of race it versus me, especially if I do a timer before I do actually have something to do. Like I have an appointment and I need to leave at 2:30. Then I could set it at 2:15 for 15 minutes. and just make sure I'm ready to walk out the door by 2:15, and then I get to do the do delegate delete for those 15 minutes. And so what you do is I set my timer for whatever it is, could be 60 seconds, 15 minutes. I wouldn't go over 15 minutes because then we're entering a time and a space where you can get creative procrastination because you have too much time. So for this to work, we need to feel a little pressure. And then you just literally go through the list and you have 3 options. You do it and you've got the 15 minutes. So you do it, you delegate it. Now, when we say delegate, I mean either to a team member, if this is a house responsibility, potentially to a family member, could be to a friend, whatever, could be a delegation to a person. If you don't have a team or a family that is appropriate to support this task, then the delegation is within your own calendar, but at a set time and date, not continuing on the to-do list. It is I am doing it right now, and you're putting it as an appointment. And then what you can do is delegate the accountability, where you can tell your spouse or your friend or your whoever, you know, I've got and as they learn this, you can say, I've got a delegate session tonight, which is another do session. Really, you're just pushing the do session. So you either do it, you delegate it, or you delete it. Get it off, take it off. And here's the thing. The delete is going to be a lot of, it is at the time of this recording, May. If you have some New Year's resolutions on that stinking to-do list, get them off. We're out of here. It has been 4 solid months of you existing without them. Yeah. So whoever told you you should have it and maybe you should, but you don't. So get it out of your energy. And if it circles back around to later organically coming up, fine, you can add it back in. Same thing with people that get books or book recommendations or TV show recommendations, and they don't watch or read for ever and ever. And then all of a sudden one day they just decide to, and it's beautiful because the time that was good. So fine, delete it, get it out. Do delegate delete. I do this also in the moment. As you get good after your to-do list, the level up version is to do it in the moment, which means that if I have a friend, I used to be that friend that would say, oh my gosh, we should get together. The other friend says, yes, absolutely, we should. I 100% mean it. They 100% mean it. And then it never happens. No more. I am the friend where if you say, oh my gosh, we should do this again, immediately my phone is out. Amazing, when? Because if I do not put it and decide in my calendar in that moment, data has told me that it will not happen. And I really do want it to happen. So therefore I do it. And that has been, the doing in the moment has been a game changer for me. I really don't delegate. Well, my delegate in the moment is to put it on the list that I then will, my brain dump list that I then will do delegate delete in a section later. But that has been amazing. Or the delete also happens in your email. If all you do is delete emails that come in, unsubscribe. What are you doing?
Absolutely. I hear you. I just did that a while ago. I was like, nope, I don't even read them anymore. I just, let's clean it out. I can't. It's so true. I think your brain gets cluttered with so many unnecessary things, and you think it's important, and I will read it later, and you just never do.
Or at least for me, because that is 100% what I do as well. What I will do is pull up, see if it's a video. Like I've got a free video on how to sell from pleasure that I have pulled up right now, and I have it pulled up in a tab. And what I will do is kind of set the game of either the do delegate delete, and I'll do it with my tabs. So also instead of my to-do list, I'll go into my tabs with things that I have pulled up to read later. I'll do it in my email as well. I will pull it up because I will also keep things in my inbox, again, to remind me, or that I think I will circle back to. So I will also take the do delegate delete time and put it in my email. And in the delete will be an unsubscribe in that instance, or a delete from, even if I don't want to unsubscribe and I really do enjoy the sender, this having it as a set reminder for me to do something, I'm not going to do it, get it out. And I'll do that for tabs and for email as well. And I find that to be really helpful.
That is very awesome. Samantha, you were talking about before we hit a record that you have a membership. I'm really keen to know, what is it that you even do in this membership? Because it sounds like quite a lot with all these things. Tell us a little bit more about your membership.
Yeah, thank you. So my membership is called the Fulfillment Experience. And the idea, is the double entendre of fulfillment inside, as well as, of course, with my entrepreneurs, fulfillment outside of getting things out. And that's really the balance of the whole ordeal. So who is in there it is a mixed gendered group, but I have entrepreneurs and creatives that are there and that are neuropassionates is the idea. So neurospicy, multi-passionates that really are working through their hyphens and working through how to balance themselves, how to balance everything they're doing. And what they do within the group is really get clear on what it is that they're looking for. So I do a weekly mindset call on Wednesdays. And so our midweek reset call, and it's a group call. And then on Thursdays, we have, at least right now, we have accountability support calls where it's that do section, right? So we've got the mindset on Wednesday, and then we link into the doing because it's takes more than just dreaming. And then I have a third kind of floating call that happens where we have different skill experts coming in because it's a multi-passionate group, helping
Yeah.
to really define, and because my skill and my expertise does lie in both performance but and entrepreneurship, but really from that mindset place, and or helping people with confidence on camera, things that are niche like that. So I will have people come that help entrepreneurs create retreats. I have a retreat that, I am so excited. We're going to Italy for this next
Okay,
one.
tell us about that after the membership. We all need to know about your retreat.
Yay! Thank you. So my retreat is, excuse me, my membership is a group right now, and it is three calls, two calls a week with a third one that floats around as availability happens. And then we have a group. I have an app, which for me, again, with that do, delegate, delete, I need do not disturb on. I cannot be distracted. And so having something that's in a Facebook group, I understand the pull for some people to do that. For me, as the facilitator,
Mhm.
I have a hard time with having a healthy relationship, having social media just up so I can monitor the group, but also having all the notifications come. So I needed it to be in a separate app. So it is. um, and and yeah, and then from there, there's opportunities, to coach with me one-on-one if you feel the need after you've experienced a little bit of it, to work with any of our expert trainers, all of that, to attend the retreat. So there's a bunch of bonuses. I like loyalty bonuses as opposed to begging people to join. This always bothered me. I don't know if it's like this where you are, but our phone carriers over here will do these amazing promos where you get all of this stuff for new people. But if you've been with them for 15 years,
Oh, right. They don't care about you.
sucks to suck. And it has always driven me crazy. So the bonuses happen once you're in. Otherwise, it is, the membership is what it is. The price is what it is. And people come in through referral or, through hearing me speak somewhere and saying they want more of that. So I'm not worried about the lead intake. I want to take care of the people that are in it. So those bonuses I won't tell you about, but they're fun.
So you can't tell the people, like, once you're in, this is the type of bonus you'll be getting, what you can look forward
Well,
to.
there are bonuses such as, you may or may not have some goodies just kind of shipped to your house at different points that are fun. We have meetups that are local to different areas that are included in the membership. We have our May one is going to be on the 31st, where we're all going to go to this cute cafe here in Phoenix where I'm at. So any of the locals that are local enough are invited to come in, and it's free. It's a near membership, and we will have lunch together, and then we're going to go. This one is going to focus around the abundance, and so we're going to go shopping, but not shopping
Mm.
as a millionaire shops. And I don't mean buying things a millionaire buys. I mean really practicing and programming and living the mind story that we talk about when we go to do those things, and doing it together and all of that. So we have those. We have potentially extra tickets to the retreat. I have my loyalty list literally right here to remind me. Dinners with me that are paid for, travel paid for. It just depends.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay, tell us about your Italy retreat.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So this is in collaboration with True North, and this actually beautiful soul is it's actually a women's retreat that we're doing for this first one. It's was created by an individual named Joe McCourt, and I coached him back in 2023. He was actually an entrepreneur with one of my female clients who lived in the UK. So he also is from the UK, and he came to an event that I was speaking at, and then we had just a couple moments to talk, and that interaction was really impactful for him, apparently, which is always amazing to hear. Well, I get a call back a couple months ago, and he said that because of our interaction, he really went that fulfillment route and decided what he was doing was not serving him. And so he tore it all down, burned it to the
Oh,
ground, and rebuilt something based off of our transformation. And so he wanted me to be a part of this retreat. So it's right now, 5-day, nope, 6-day, 5-night retreat in Tuscany. And it's going to be a women's retreat. And the whole idea is to burn the script and rewrite your story. And so I will be facilitating, I will be leading, I will be both he and I are now collaborating on building out the retreat. I'm going to be pulling TFE, the fulfillment experience people into it, giving them. So you can either come in through him or in through me. And the whole idea is, right, to burn the script both internally. We're not telling anyone to quit their jobs. I have had women that are like, I like what I'm doing. And the career is actually going really great. I just don't have any kind of work-life balance. Then great. It's about burning down the scripts that aren't serving you and allowing your fullness, your bigness, and whatever that looks like to come out. So it will be a mixed group, but all women, entrepreneurs, specifically business owners. And we're gonna make some moves.
That is incredible. Did you say when the retreat is happening?
So it's going to be in the fall of this year, 2026. I have a couple big shows that I am up for that I need to confirm the dates for before we set ours. So what will happen is, if anyone is interested and wants to at least get on the list for it, we will be having these. Now we have kind of paired True North and TFE together, so that these are going to be how we're going to be running our retreats moving forward. And so if this one, once the dates are released, don't work for you, that's fine. We'll just keep you on the list and you can keep out for the next one. But right now it is supposed to be in the fall of 2026. Dates to be confirmed by the end of June, because that's when I'll know.
Okay. That's awesome. We will have all the links in the description, so go and check it out. You can also follow Samantha on Instagram. That is where she hangs out most. It is in the description below. And if you really need to find out more about her, Google her name, because she's on the entire page, front page of Google, people. The first page person, Samantha Belle. Thank you so much. What a wonderful, wonderful energy you bring to the call, Samantha. I absolutely love chatting to you. Is there anything you want to just tell the audience as a takeaway or a little extra nugget of wisdom before we say?
Absolutely. On an admin note for anyone that's just listening and not viewing, Belle has an extra E like the princess. So Belle, making sure, because if you just Google it without the E, I am not as dominant on the page. So Samantha Belle with an E on the end. And then outside of that, absolutely what I have to say is to take a deep breath, because it might be true that what you're doing right now is not going to get you to where you need to go, right? You need to do something different. But the you that made the decisions and utilized her resources and took the steps to get you to where you are now is the same you that will continue to do that to get you to the next step. So I want you to just take a breath and breathe into the you that is at that next level, that maybe there's another resource to discover. Maybe there's a group to join. Maybe there's a retreat to go to. Maybe there's a podcast to subscribe to. But the you that's going to make that decision, and the you that's going to know that that's right, and the you that's going to do or delegate or delete, is the you that is right now. And you are completely whole and enough as you are right now to have everything you want.
Love that. Oh, I love that so much. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time and your wisdom and your energy and everything, all the magical things. I'm sure we will still connect, and I'll see you next time. Everybody, believe, believe, believe in your magic. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.